Guest.
Early.
What is up, everybody? Lucas, Luca, Dylan, Babcock, we're all here right now.
I know.
Because there's so much to talk about, so much to do on this lovely Monday, right after the NFL divisional round of the
Crazy
playoffs.
weekend.
So much happened, but a lot of people talking about some controversial calls that the refs made that a lot of fans are saying, oh, this is why my team lost, blah, 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 blah. Well, we talked to someone who knows his stuff, and we're going to get to the bottom of it, whether the refs were right, which is funny because we talked to Marshall Falk and he told the refs to stay out of it, out of Rams versus Bears.
He knew something.
They did not. And well, speaking of the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, the Buffalo Bills sadly lost to the Denver Broncos in one of these controversial calls. And as a result of that, Sean McDermott has been fired as the head coach of the Bills, and they are now searching for a new head coach for their reigning MVP, Josh Allen. So.
Yep. And I think for the first time in 6 weeks, it is fight week for the UFC.
Yeah, really.
Paramount Plus card is this weekend. Headline: Justin Gaethje, Patty the Batty. We got Patty on the stream.
Yeah, guys.
Whoa.
Yeah, excited for
That's
that.
pretty sick.
Yeah, we should be talking to Patty in just a few
one half of
minutes
the
here.
main event. So stick
This
around.
dude is I love this guy. If you guys don't know, Patty Pimblett is a very, very big personality in the UFC.
We'll be getting Patty's NFL picks for this upcoming weekend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not sure Patty's a
Should we ask about
fan.
the national championship?
I think we should
yeah,
ask
what do you-
him what he thought about the calls from over the weekend.
Yeah, Brianne. Everybody in the chat, all you guys are Rams fans, so congratulations on that was one
Rams
heck of a
fans.
game.
Shout out Caleb Williams.
that
though.
game I'm looking forward to.
Oh my goodness.
What, Caleb Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah, that interception wasn't on him.
No.
No, I mean, well,
But that 4th and 7 play.
I saw
that
it.
was-
This is a video game.
Oh, it's
That
crazy.
was one of the.
running backwards.
I was
That
like,
was
he's
the play of
cooked.
the year.
I was like, he's cooked. He's cooked.
know.
No, he's not. He's not.
26 feet behind the
I needed
the
that,
goal
by
line.
the way. Hey,
Oh, the touchdown?
prize picks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Prize picks.
Prize
Actually,
picks.
Hey.
Prize picks.
Use code TMZ.
By the skin of my teeth, and Lucas did really, really well. By the skin of my teeth. Hold on. So
I got a couple of them. I did do it this weekend.
it's so
There's a
much
lot.
fun.
Yeah.
I had no
It's so-
business winning this
Lucas
amount of money.
Here, I'll read you what Lucas texted me the other day.
Guys, for you that don't know, use code TMZ on Prize Picks for.
Yeah, get some
if you
free-
deposit $5, you get $50.
It was
That's
lovely.
pretty.
Who doesn't love
pretty
free
good.
money? It's a lot of bets.
It
Yeah.
made the weekend so much
Yeah.
fun because
It did.
every game I was locked into.
I was too. It makes
Happy
it
MLK
is
Day,
a lot
Brandon.
of fun.
No, it definitely makes all the games way more fun. I unfortunately was not as lucky as apparently you guys
Oh
were.
no, Luca, really?
Because I'm always like a type where I put 3 in and I'm like, oh, well, this one's probably also gonna
I
have it,
know.
and then I add a leg and it never works.
I do
Don't say anything.
I can-
Look at the top right corner.
I cannot get enough of prize picks.
What's the?
This is a real
Do you
text
use
from
your
Lucas.
code TMZ?
Of course.
Okay, there
Of
you
course
go.
you did. 12:37 Sunday. I cannot get enough of prize picks
Wow.
from Lucas.
We could make a graphic.
I
with
know.
that quote on it.
Yeah. He's like, you don't need the script anymore because it's.
Guys,
it was-
real.
I did
All
the-
I'm saying is some real money was made.
Yeah.
I made the classic pick where I was rooting for the Pats, so I picked a lot on the Texans.
Oh, yeah.
so just
Oh.
in case.
Hedge it,
I was
yeah.
having
You had to
a
hedge
sad
the bet a
day,
little bit. There
So
you go.
Maybe it would be because the Texans went off.
So listen to this. So I picked JSN under 89.5 yards. Wasn't even close on Saturday. So that one
Yeah,
I
that
had
was
won.
great.
So I headed in, but I had 2 other legs heading into the Bears game. Caleb Williams, more than 1.5 touchdowns. Obviously, he has 1 touchdown in the first half, and then 4th and 7, he still got 1 touchdown. So I hit on that Hail Mary of a type play. And then Colston Loveland, I needed him more
game.
than 55.5 yards. He had 56 yards.
Wow.
So it
That was
took
a sweat.
Shows
took-
how
Oh my-
sharp
yeah,
it is.
like a Hail Mary on 4th down, and
Wow.
then I Colston on half a yard. By
That's
half a yard.
crazy.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Colson Loveland.
We talked to him.
Oh, all right.
Did we talk to him?
Not on the show.
Yeah,
But
but we talked to him for the
of the
website.
brand.
He's
Thank you,
I mean,
Colson.
he's obviously his favorite target. He's
Oh, I mean, he's and a lot of. Obviously Tyler Warren had an amazing season when
Yeah.
Daniel
we
Jones
talked to
was
Mario
playing, but
about him.
yeah.
We never talked to him.
No.
I take that back. My
talked to
apologies.
Mario.
Well, we still
If
like
he's
you, Colson
watching,
Loveland.
we want to talk to you.
Yeah, Colson Loveland, you're a
Open
baller.
invitation.
But I remember everyone was like Tyler Warren's like the unanimous number one tight end. Obviously goes second as the second tight end.
Yeah.
The Bears take Loveland, which was a whole thing. If you guys
Yes,
don't
I do
recall.
remember that. A lot of people thought that was a bad choice, I think, by the
And I
Bears.
mean, he's had a heck of a year for obviously that's a pretty loaded offense, a lot of people to get the ball to, but for a tight end, he's had a great season. Brandon Kuhn, happy MLK Day to all of you guys. Indiana or Miami? Come on, man. Indiana by a milli.
Yeah, we did a pick video.
Yeah, we
here
did
on the
pick
Yeah, guys,
video.
go check out-
our pick video.
It's
See
pretty
who
fun.
we picked.
Let us
We
know if
all
you think
picked
we're
Indiana.
It's very shocking. Very shocking.
We'll see.
March.
We should have done it against the spread, maybe.
big
Yeah,
That would have been.
I tried to make it like the caption of like the video,
Yeah.
like it's like you won't guess
Yeah.
who we chose, and it's like all of us
Yeah,
just
you
chose
will.
Indiana.
We got our scores though.
I'm sticking
Oh,
by
yeah,
it
we
though.
picked scores.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
I'm sticking by it though. I do
Yeah.
not think it's going to be close. I think
I don't think so
Indiana
either.
You don't think
is-
it's been close?
But by halfway through
Krista.
the third quarter, the
I got some-
second and third string will be in.
Really?
It's
I got some
over.
prize pick
Oh, there you
Yeah, I
go.
did too.
action going tonight.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, prize pick.
Guys, see, it's not just sponsored. We just it's a fun app.
Yeah,
it's
we're
a
just.
fun app.
I'm in now.
I was
man.
sending Babcock so many texts, like so many screenshots of my lineups, and
Brandon, it's on the TMZ Sports Instagram.
I go to like AI and I'm like, what do you like best here?
Oh, yeah, I know people have
It's a
done
hack.
that.
you've been talking to Ivy?
Krista, you love Fernando Mendoza. He's just cute and innocent. Yeah, I mean, I would say that he'd be going to Sin City, but now I don't know if you saw some rumors swirling about
No, what?
the Lamar Jackson. They're saying that
we're
they
talking
want to take a
about
swing
trading
at Lamar Jackson.
Wow. So Lamar Jackson wants, so they fired Harbaugh for him?
I think
and then,
I read a few outlets today saying that there was a chance that
Wow.
the Raiders could be interested.
that would be fascinating.
I mean, they have the ammo
Would
to
you
do it.
I'd take my own guy. Lamar Jackson gets hurt too much, and
I agree.
Yeah, he's is he getting
yeah.
up there?
I don't know. I don't know how old Lamar Jackson is.
He's got to be like 27, 28.
I would think older.
29.
No?
Oh,
29. Okay.
Yeah, just had his 29th
Just
birthday.
okay.
I will
just
say
celebrate. Okay.
that draft class, I was on record. I don't know where the record is, but the record exists.
2018.
Where
was
I
the-
said I like Lamar Jackson as the best quarterback in that class.
Okay.
Over Baker, over Josh Allen.
Okay.
But the bad part about it, and I'll just full transparency here, my second favorite quarterback in that class was Josh Rosen.
Hey,
Hey,
there were 10
I
picks,
mean, look, a lot of people
10
like Josh
mistakes ahead
Rosen.
of him.
I think a lot of people like Josh Rosen.
Yeah, I mean, he was a ball player, but I remember that
Now
the
he's a
Eagles,
banker.
Now he's not.
Lamar Jackson could
Yeah,
have
he's
been
a
an Eagle,
banker.
man. Yeah, he's like a finance bro now.
Yeah, that's crazy. Life comes at you fast.
Brandon, you think that this Indiana team is one of the all-time greats that could stack up against 2019 LSU? I'm not gonna lie, 2019 LSU is putting belt to ass on this team. I'm sorry, but
On
that's
the
like
Indiana team,
that's
yeah.
probably the greatest football college football team ever.
You know what's
assembled.
interesting? We were talking to Willis McGahee the other day about this game. He's obviously a Miami guy, and he felt like, I think it was the 0-2 team, he said, he felt like that team was the best college football team
The
ever. And I asked him
02
about-
Hurricanes?
Yeah, and I asked him about the LSU team with all those pro stars, and he felt like, yeah, we'd beat
I
their
mean, I
ass.
think the only other one is either one of those. It's one of those. Maybe one of those Florida teams could be up there,
Yeah.
or like whatever that Cam Newton season at Auburn.
I
Yeah.
do think we are using the BTA phrase a little loosely, Michael Irvin, because Miami.
He's made it a
Well,
brand.
yeah, that's just
But
And you know
that
the
should
players,
not.
the Indiana players are going to do it
It
tonight.
should not be synonymous with victory. It should be like we absolutely.
right, it's got to be a
Yeah.
Them,
You don't win by 3, and it's
Yeah.
not
but,
belt
but
to ass.
that's Michael Irvin's putting
Like,
a stain on it.
The
Like,
Niners and the Seahawks, that was probably.
yeah, that was.
Niners
That
and Seahawks
was-
would be
But like I'm
Yeah.
saying, when I'm saying belt to ass here, I'm saying like I think LSU would probably hang 50 over them, like on
Yeah.
this Indiana team. Because I mean, let's be real, this team it's done very well this year. Almost all of that 2019 LSU team is starting in the NFL right now.
yeah.
Thriving.
You know,
Yeah.
and play in our
Right, starring.
top of their position. So it's like, and you have Fernando Mendoza, who for all intents and purposes like is the unanimous like best quarterback in this class, but he's also the like only quarterback. Like, I mean, what are you going to take Ty Simpson, who had he's the second best quarterback in the draft, and he's going to go in like the third round. So it's like,
No, I know.
you know, it's not like
Right.
I don't love that comparison just because I don't think it's close. Brandon Kuhn, I did. Jadeveon Clowney, a
That's
big
a
what
great
if.
highlight. You know what you should do, Brandon? Maybe you've seen it. Watch Jadeveon Clowney, his high school highlights.
Oh, really?
Ridiculous. the guy was the same size that he is as a pro.
Oh, that's like the Derrick
It's
Henry
the
thing.
best. Yeah.
Where it's like Derrick Henry just this year passed his high school total in rushing yards. And he's been in the league like 3 times as long.
It's crazy.
That's a great.
It's so crazy.
Krista, Nancy. Oh, I like the Mendoza kid. I want to see him do. I also do.
I'm sorry, say it again, Steve. Okay, got
It's
it.
very easy to root for.
Yeah, I saw a clip of him talking to some kids today before the Natty. He seems like a really great dude. Very smiley.
We are about to be joined by Patty the Batty.
Okay, good.
Let's go.
Oh, there we
Steve,
go.
so I'm just going to, there we go.
Yeah.
Hey, Patty.
What's happening, fella?
What's up, brother? It's Mike from TMZ. How you doing?
I'm good, lad. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for your time, Patty. I know it's a busy time. I appreciate you, man.
Cool.
Patty, I got a stream going here, so we are live right now on YouTube, just so you know. And I'll get you in and out of here very quickly, man.
Rusty, fella.
Cool. Steve, am I okay? Okay, good. All right, Patty. So I talked to Justin the other day, and he was incredibly, I think he was respectful. He was respectful of your abilities in that octagon. But he then says, my plan is to take him into the 4th round and hurt him badly. I have a feeling you don't see the fight going like that on Saturday.
He's not going to get to the 4th round. And even if we did, I'm in better shape. I've got better cardio than him for the 4th and 5th round.
Patty, do you take a sense of satisfaction in that you were always this fan favorite, but I remember talking to fighters, other star fighters, who kind of scoffed at how far that you could actually take this thing and that you were just always going to sort of be this fan favorite but would never compete for titles. Yet here we are. You are the main event on the UFC's first Paramount card, and you are fighting for a title. Do you feel any satisfaction in the fact that you are just simply here right now with this belt on the line?
No. The satisfaction comes when I beat Justin Gaethje and I get that belt wrapped around my waist. That's been happening my whole career. People have always doubted me, and they always will. Probably because I look weird with a funny haircut, but I'm here, and I've always said this is where I'm going to be. I want to be a world champion, and it's going to happen on Saturday night.
Sometimes, and as a matter of fact, Justin Gaethje in the past has kind of scoffed at that interim belt. Do you look at this as a real deal title? You win on Saturday, and you are the UFC's champion, interim or not?
I am the UFC's lightweight champion while the champ's not there. You know what I mean? Like, if Ilya's not fighting, the division needs to move on. And for now, I am the champion. I'm the active one. I'm the one who's going to be fighting. He's not. So when I win this belt, I am the champ. I think that is another thing what goes against Justin. He's not really too bothered about an interim title, is he? He threw it on the floor last time he won it. I think the only reason he's too interested in this one is because he's getting more money. Like, you get paid for challenging for the title. So I think Justin's already checked out a little bit, to be honest.
And it would seem that if somebody was checked out going into a fight especially against somebody who's dangerous like you, that could be an ominous sign, a bad sign for them, right? Because the money's great, but what's that Mike Tyson quote about getting punched in the face? Probably hard to focus on that big paycheck when you're in there in a fight, for your proverbial life.
But was it Tyson? Someone
everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the face, right?
The other one that I like is it's hard getting out of bed when you're wearing silk pajamas. I think it might have been Marvin Hagler. And Justin's got a lot of money now, lad. He's driving around in a Lamborghini Jeep. You know what I mean? So I think he's just after one last big payday. But I'm not going to underestimate him. You know what I mean? I think everyone underestimates me, and I'd never do that to anyone else. The one time I did do it years ago with Jared Gordon, I nearly got beat. So I'll never do that ever again.
Do you plan to retire him, or do you think you will retire him, Patty? Will this be the last time we see Justin Gaethje in a UFC octagon?
If he's saying he's going to retire if he loses, then yeah, he's 100% retiring on Saturday.
How about the fact that the UFC chose to put you on this card, Patty? I mean, this is a big deal for them, right? I mean, as they move into this sort of iteration where we're not doing pay-per-views anymore, and it's on Paramount, it's going to be more accessible to more people across the country and around the world. How about that? Any joy in that they chose you to be on this card and to headline it?
Yeah, of course. It shows that they trust me, they believe in me, they know that everyone knows when you put Justin Gaethje in a cage, it's not going to be a boring fight, and I like to think everyone knows that about me. And I've got a perfect dance partner. Put me and him in that cage together, lad, and it's going to be entertainment, believe me. He's getting finished, or we're going to have a long 5-round battle.
Do you have any trepidation about engaging him in a fight like that, where you're taking shots, you're kind of taking one to give one, or are you cool with that being how this fight goes, and you feel like you can get the better of him in a fight, along that style?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. If I don't end up submitting him fast or knocking him out fast, and it's a 25-minute war, not like I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? I am. People seem to think that I don't like getting punched in the face. I love getting punched in the face. That's why I stand there with my chin in the air. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people keep saying about his knockout power, and I think I've got more knockout power than him. Last person he knocked out with his hands was James Vick in like 2018 or something. Like, they were still wearing Reebok then. He finishes people with the accumulation of punches.
Right.
But I don't think he's going to be able to hit me that much. I'm going to be too fast, too elusive, too good in my range.
Two more for you. You've dedicated your life to this sport. When we're not all talking about your fights and watching your fights, and you're putting in the time in the gym, what will this mean to you, Patty, to have that UFC lightweight title wrapped around your waist?
Mean everything. I've started training nearly, I think it'll be 16 years ago to the day tomorrow.
Wow. Is that right? 16 years.
Yeah, the 20th of January 2010. So it'll be more than half my lifetime. I've been putting the work in for this to happen, and I've always said that this is going to happen. I'm going to be UFC champion. So for that dream to finally come true, and to the premonition I said was going to happen on Saturday night, it's going to be special.
And the last one for me, Ilya Topuria has said April, June, that he plans
he's not getting me back in April, lad. He's going to have to wait. He made me wait. He can wait a few months. April's not happening, lad.
So you'll fight in 2026. Well, it's 2026 now.
Yeah,
you'll fight later in the year, but you're not fighting in April.
No, I'm not fighting in April, lad. He can eat shit. You know what I mean? I'll fight in like June, July.
I love it. I know I said it was the last one. If Justin Gaethje's watching this, is there anything that you say to him? Any message you send before you do battle here in a few days?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm going to be the one to retire. If someone would have said that 5 years ago that Paddy Pimblett's going to retire Justin Gaethje, he would have scoffed at you.
Yep.
But that's what's going to happen. I hope he doesn't retire. I love watching Justin Gaethje fight. Justin Gaethje's one of my favourite fighters to watch. I still love to see him punch Dan Hooker's head in. I think that'd be hilarious. You know what I mean? Hopefully that fight ends up happening and he doesn't retire.
I hope you're right. Patty, thank you so much, brother, man. I appreciate your time. Good to catch up with you again, Patty.
You know that, fella. Thank you very much.
Take care, brother. Thanks, Patty. Good luck. Bye. That's a great fight.
It's going to be a great fight.
Yeah. I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, you can tell he's locked in right now about
I'm super pumped.
That's going to be a good card.
I am very, very excited for that.
That's true. It's kind of like that is the respect though. It's like talking about obviously wants to go in there and beat Gaethje.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody wants him to retire. Gaethje's such a fun
fighter.
fighter.
I know. Who doesn't like watching Justin Gaethje fight,
I know,
right?
yeah. He used to be in one now. It's freaking crazy.
I love the accent. It's so good.
He's great. Yeah, he's great. We've been talking to Patty for a while, and
yeah, I wonder how much he's let his weight get up to since last, because he's been known to let his weight
he has. I actually
it'll
forgot.
swing.
I think he's made changes. I think he's changed how much he lets himself go in between fights now.
Yeah.
I think he's more focused. I think Justin did the same thing too, where Justin decided that, hey, I'm not just going to go out there and throw caution to the wind. Like, I'm actually going to try and be strategic and win these fights. So I think they've probably both made changes in an effort to win a title.
Yeah.
Because I remember he used to be like, he wins or whatever, like finishes a fight and then is like
Pizza.
100 pounds heavier,
Yeah,
like the
pizza,
the week
all
after.
that.
And that was like a part of his brand, was that he just like didn't care. But I mean, now, I mean, obviously, like that, just seeing like an interview from him like 5 years ago to like, you know, being a part of like and seeing it, he definitely seems like he's like ready to roll. So
I think he's different.
And he's a talented fighter, so I'm excited to see him like if he's like really taking it like, you know, I mean, which he looks like he is like extremely seriously. Like
I think I realized I didn't know how good he was. I wasn't sure if I was one of those people that was in that category or that group that was like, he's never gonna, you know, never be a champion, but you know, whatever, he'll be a star. I think when I watched like Michael Chandler too, like he just kicked Michael Chandler's ass, and I was like,
just those, like Liverpool, like crazy, like UK guys, man. They're I don't think I was ever a part of the camp where it's like, oh, he's just like a social media fighter that like everybody knows and is like super famous on like Instagram and like TikTok and stuff. Like, I mean, obviously that was like, I think beneficial for him because everybody who I mean, even before I cared about UFC, I knew who he was. But like to now, like when you have that much background, that much like, you know, representation behind you and all this kind of stuff, it seems like it's helped him a lot and pushed him to kind of, you know.
No, I agree.
Because I mean, you can get into the spotlight by being that type of person, but to stay there and like actually compete in the sport takes
you need to have
more
talent
commitment
at the end of the day. Guys, next time we can ask for some questions and then we can ask them. I'm sorry, should have done that. This fight is on the 24th, this Saturday.
Yeah, guys, if you didn't know and haven't been paying attention, the UFC, when it started, very small thing, people thought it wasn't going to succeed. Just sold the rights, television rights and stuff for $7.2 billion to Paramount Plus. Yeah. So it seemed to do all right for itself, I think.
I'd say so.
And now if you have a Paramount Plus account, there's no more pay-per-view. It used to be like $90 or something to watch the main card. Now you can watch it just with a subscription. So should make UFC hopefully a lot more accessible to the greater population with it.
Yeah, I think ultimately you'll get all these fights for less than $100 a year now, whereas they were costing $80 a pop each time.
And I mean, honestly, like if you guys are curious about watching it, go get I know they do free trials for Paramount Plus. Go check it out, see if it's worth it, if you like it or not. But this is a really great fight to watch, the first one. I mean, you have Sean O'Malley's fighting in it
there's a co-main event now. Unfortunate that Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes, that fight got scrapped. That would have been a great one. You know, I mean, I think you can make an argument that Kayla Harrison is she's the most accomplished combat sports athlete because she's got 2 gold medals and a UFC championship against the GOAT female fighter and Amanda Nunes. I was really looking forward to that one, but injuries happen, unfortunately.
All right, Connor should be heading out.
Okay, Steve, you want to do this then? We'll kick this off?
Yep.
Okay.
Amy, you used to watch, is UFC different than WWE? Yeah, so WWE obviously has its kind of like script behind it, a little bit more of a curated fight. UFC, mixed martial arts, is very...
Yeah, WWE is wrestling, it's scripted, and MMA is, you know, real deal fighting, so it's, you know, kind of polar opposites. Although they're owned by the same company. They are owned by TKO. They both have the same owners, same bosses.
And MMA is referring to mixed martial arts, so it's like you have Brazilian jiu-jitsu, you have wrestling techniques, so it's like wrestling to an extent, like of some parts of it, but it's definitely like... Yeah. In WWE, you're not going in there with the hope of like actually really hurting that other person.
Different forms of wrestling, right? Like think of the wrestling that's in MMA, like the wrestling that you would see in college wrestling or high school wrestling, right?
Yeah, you're trying to submit somebody by, you know, rear naked choke or kind of stuff like that, like to get them to KO, to literally pass it. So that's kind of different. It's definitely a lot more aggressive and gnarly than than wrestling.
They're
not the same at all. Yeah, Amy, it's I would say if you like combat sport, like, and if you kind of maybe watch a YouTube video or something, see like what the fights kind of look like, because it's not for everybody.
Yeah, if you like violence, then good for you. If you don't like violence, I would probably stay away.
Yeah, it definitely can be a little bit much. Yeah, Amy, of course, happy to explain it for you.
Yeah, I love it though. It's
Amanda, Amanda's right. You can definitely find, like, if you like some of the more gruesome fights and stuff on YouTube, they have, I mean, it's all over. Like the Conor McGregor, his leg, and all. There's like a bunch of ones.
Well, if you have Paramount, they have a lot of the fights now, the old fights up there. It's really good, actually. Yeah, they have like pretty much the whole. I want to say the whole.
Hi, Amanda.
Maybe going back like 100 events or something.
Oh, wow.
They have a lot of events.
Oh, guys,
there's a lot of fights.
Yeah, there's a lot of really. Then, if there's an archive of that, go back and watch a main card.
I guess that was included with the deal.
That's pretty cool. I feel like, you know, for people to be able to kind of go back and revisit.
We've got our heartbroken friend Connor here.
Heartbroken. I'm used to this. What do you mean?
I know.
This is same day every year.
Amy, like kinda, like not karate.
You can't kill me. I'm already dead.
I'm sorry. Say it once more for me, Sid.
It's been a long day for the Bills.
Okay, Dean Blandino, former VP of officiating.
Correct.
Oh boy.
You want to see the play first? You want to toss to the Brandon Cooks?
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, here was the play, and then you'll toss to Dean.
Yeah, was it 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 11? Those
3rd and 10.
3rd and 10. Okay.
And then on camera, and then I'll go to the wide shot once you welcome them in.
Okay, so welcome to TMZ Sports. I'll introduce us. What do you call it? Conference championship games are set, but not without controversy, especially in that Broncos-Bills game. Right?
Correct.
Okay. Alrighty, cool.
It's okay, man.
Let's do it. Okay,
Kevin
conference
Patullo's a
championship.
Bill.
Okay.
It's gonna be awesome.
What's that?
Kevin Patullo's a Bill.
Welcome to TMZ Sports. Babcock here with Lucas. Dylan is not here. He was. Connor's here. It's 2-1 Sports, dude. Dylan is not here. In spirit, he is, though. Okay, sorry. Take 2. Welcome to TMZ Sports. Babcock here with Lucas, Luca, and Connor, our heartbroken Buffalo Bills fan. Guys, let's talk some conference championship games, which are set. 4 teams are remaining, but it was not without controversy, especially late in that Buffalo Bills and Denver Broncos game. Now, we're specifically talking about this play right here. I'm sorry, this is one of the plays that obviously happened late in regulation. Game ultimately goes to overtime. Now, in overtime, there was a 3rd and 10 play that at first seemed to be a completion, a long completion that would have set the Bills up to potentially kick a game-winning field goal, except this happens right here.
Coming after him all out. They pick it up, and they go deep down the field, and the pass is caught. No, it's McMillan has the football. How about that? Jaquan McMillan ends up in a wrestling match with the football. Does he have a case? That's the question, Gene.
No, I don't think he does, Jim. I just don't think Cooks really has firm possession of the football when both players hit the ground. Quite honestly, I think by the time they both get down there and you're defining firm possession, I think it's on McMillan. I mean, he's got it up top, but I thought he lost it as he was falling toward the ground there.
All right, so there it is. Again, Brandon Cooks, who is a smaller guy, he seems to have possession of the ball there, but as the players both go down to the ground, Jaquan McMillan winds up with it, and it was called an interception on the field, and that's the call that stood. Now, you heard the CBS crew asking Gene Steratore, who was a former longtime NFL official turned rules analyst for them, whether or not that the Bills had a case, had a beef there, and he said no. Okay, he was an official. Question is, what does the guy who used to literally be the boss of the officials in the NFL think about this call? We had a chance a little bit earlier today to talk to Dean Blandino, who for over a period of years was the VP of officiating for the NFL. He was the official's boss. Was this call right? Was it wrong?
Cook's play, I thought ultimately they got it right. I thought Cooks is going to the ground. He's got to hold on to the ball when he lands. I thought the ball came loose immediately. McMillan ended up with it. I wish they would have stopped the game and had a full review, just taking their time. I don't think Sean McDermott should have had to call a timeout. The Adams play, it's a little different in that Adams is upright, and they ruled that he completed the catch while he was upright. So at that point, if he has possession, as soon as the knee touches, he's down by contact. It's really close. I mean, it is, whether he completed the catch while upright or not, he has to have control, both feet, and then perform a football move. Did he? It was questionable in my opinion. They ruled it that way. Could they have changed it? they felt they couldn't. So I think the rule is the same. It's just a little bit different because Adams was standing upright and then was almost tackled to the ground where Cooks is kind of diving for the football. Understand why Bills fans would look at both plays and say, hey, what's the difference? Because there's a very subtle difference. It's not like they're so different.
So as you hear Blandino, they're comparing, like many fans have, Connor, the Davante Adams play last night, Rams-Bears, as Adams seemed to fumble the ball. It seemed to be a very similar play. That play, however, was ruled that it was not a fumble and that Davante Adams was actually down. Completed pass, first down. Connor, does it make you feel any better to hear that Blandino says, hey, by the letter of the law, by the rule book, they got that call right?
No, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I feel like the NFL doesn't know what a catch is, and they judge by a play-by-play basis. I understand looking at the Brandon Cooks play and saying, like, oh, it doesn't seem like he has possession, but no one knows if he actually does. He catches this ball, he's on the ground with the ball in his hands, and the defender rips the ball out of his hands right after that, simultaneously. And I get that. But the exact same thing happens in the Davante Adams play. It is a very similar play, and for a group of people to be so definitive that one play is a catch and the other play is an interception is not logical to me. And I think this happens often enough in the NFL. We saw Des Bryant back in, I guess that was 2015, 2016. They have struggled to define what is a simple catch and what should be a simple, logical thing, and that's why it's so frustrating. I knew this was not going to go the Bills' way on Saturday night. Everybody I was watching it with knew it wasn't going to go our way, and it's just another anecdote in a long history of heartbreaking, soul-crushing decisions and losses in Bills history.
I mean, it's the game. It's the game right there. If that is ruled a catch and that he is then down by contact, you've got the ball at the 20, 21-yard line, something like that, and you're talking about less than a 40-yard field goal at worst to win that game and move on to the AFC Championship game. I actually agree with you. Look, by the letter of the law, may be, but I think your point remains that nobody knows what the heck a catch is anymore, and nobody has for a decade now. And I think that's the problem here. They don't have to. Yeah, we can keep it there.
I think that's good.
Okay, let's keep it there, and we'll move on. We'll talk more about the game.
The only thing that I was going to add is
real quick. I've been trying to find dissenting opinions. Obviously, people have gone both ways. Richard Sherman, a DB in the NFL for years, said himself that he's never seen this type of simultaneous play between a wide receiver and a DB go against the wide receiver. It's always tie goes to the receiver, especially in a situation like that. And if someone on the other side who probably would have fought for that ball, who would have wanted the call to go to his way, to say that he was in disbelief that he saw go against the receiver, I think says a lot.
Oh, yeah. You would think he'd be more apt to be on the DB side. It's such a, go figure, too. Like, this had to happen. We talked to that was Marshall Faulk last week, right? Don't let the officials. And either way, even if they had gave that then to the Bills, I think there probably would have been controversy on the other side from at least the Broncos fans. So there was going to be controversy when that play happened. But, like, it's a go figure. It had to have. You have such a good game, albeit fun one that was a little bit ugly with the turnovers, but such a fun game, an exciting game, and it has to end like that. And then with the PI calls, and I think the last PI call was right. The second to last one, I don't love. I think you guys got screwed, Connor, in the end zone at the
earlier
end of
in the game. Same type of thing. Can't blame it on the refs, but I think enough happened where there is reason to be frustrated.
I mean, you obviously hate to see a game like that end in any way that isn't just a good football play. You know what I mean? And like you said, like for consistency basis, that should go to the receiver every time. And I mean, I've seen it go to the receiver every time. Obviously, they have replay booths and all that, and I also agree that I don't think I saw that as an interception after watching it. However many times we just did, it's too close to tell, and I think it should default go to the offense.
And I agree with Blandino there, who said that McDermott, he should not have had to use his timeout to try and get them to look at it a couple more times. Like, make sure you get that right. There's too much on the line.
In a moment like that, too, folks in the stands or at home are not going to be upset waiting a little bit longer to make sure we have this all sorted out and everyone can all agree.
And that's
that
always their
right.
concern, that they want to make it a good product for people at home, so they don't want to have all these delays and all that. But like in that situation, everyone's cool with waiting. I promise you that.
You're fighting for the
Yeah,
chance.
I
to
didn't
punch your ticket to
understand
the
the lack
Super
of a
Bowl.
review.
Yeah, I didn't either. You've got to get that right.
Like very often in these games now, you hear like, "Oh, this eye in the sky, the replay assist just overturned a play just out of nowhere," and we don't get that in this situation, or at least like some type of justification. I thought it was entirely strange. I don't think the NFL is rigged. I don't think this is the reason we lost the game. But it is frustrating enough to look at this in conjunction with a lot of other plays called against the Bills in recent years that I don't know.
And I agree too, Connor. Like I don't think it's rigged. Obviously, Connor's had different involvement in this than any of us do, but investment. But I think the NFL clearly would have wanted the Bills there. Like I think the Super Bowl now, pick your best Super Bowl. It takes a big hit. They needed Josh Allen there because that would have been the whole storyline. Can he finally get over the hump? And like none of the AFC matchups now for the Super Bowl excite me. Like none of them. Really. Sorry, Dylan.
The Broncos excite me if they're able to beat the Patriots with a backup quarterback.
Bills and Patriots would have been great in the AFC championship. That would have been great.
Yeah.
And and now you got Bo Nix hurt, so that kind of sucks. I wish the Bills were there. I really do.
It's going to be the storyline, though, is if it's the Patriots, it's no Brady, no Belichick, and they're back to a Super Bowl. Like, that's what they'll...
I'd rather the Patriots now, I'll be honest, I'd rather the Patriots be in the Super Bowl than the Broncos.
They are the two strongest remaining storylines.
Yeah.
Let's continue that play. Did that cost Coach McDermott his job?
Okay, now now you could argue that. Okay, all right, so we'll moving on, but we'll stick with that same game. See if am I doing, or I guess we can talk about, if we want to talk about the reaction.
Yeah, we're just going to swap
out
Luka with
Dylan.
Dylan.
Okay, yeah. We got our Pats fan.
Gotcha.
Sorry, Luka. Sorry, Luka.
Scuffing up Luka's shoes.
Yeah, Luka.
Look what you did to my shoes.
Should we power up?
They were bright white.
10.5?
Yeah.
When you...
Is there? Yeah, let me know. We can swap them.
Okay, all right, Steve. So no assets, right? Or no sound, at least?
Yeah, just conversation.
Okay, got it.
You could bring up the people that were vocal, but yeah, we don't have it.
I'll tell you what, though, about that catch. Stephon Diggs is making that. He's keeping that. He'll have
Well, I mean, I think that speaks to this conversation. Brandon Cooks joined the Bills 2 months ago, and he was their go-to target in a divisional playoff game.
He's just a small guy,
it's not the first time he's dropped a ball in the past few weeks.
Yeah.
So I just...
It seems like all these things happen to the Bills just for them to change the rules a year later for because of stuff like this happening. Because now next year this is going to be a thing where it's going to be.
This is what it is. We're cursed.
Yeah.
I can tell you the history.
Curses get broken.
We don't need to get into it.
Curses get broken. If the Cubs can win the World Series.
All right, ready to move on to McDermott?
Yeah, let's do it.
Be on the wide shot, yeah.
Okay, wide shot. Okay.
Cursed.
Okay. We'll stick with that Buffalo Bills and Denver Broncos game because that call that we just talked about may have ultimately cost Bills coach Sean McDermott his job because, you guessed it, on Monday morning, the Buffalo Bills made what I thought was a pretty surprising move, and kind of you tell me about this because you're more plugged in here, but McDermott is let go, is fired. Big expectations in Buffalo, especially with some of those teams that have gotten in the Bills' way in years past, like the Chiefs, not in playoff contention, and because of it, Sean McDermott now looking for a job.
Yeah, people are shocked, to say the least. I personally didn't think it would happen. I thought the Bills could have missed the playoffs this season, and with the new stadium being installed and they're going to play in a new stadium this upcoming season, I thought they wanted continuity in the coaching staff, with ownership in the GM, obviously. I didn't think it would happen. I really don't. And it's not just fans. Players are shocked, too. You saw reactions from players on this Bills roster and former Bills players throughout McDermott's tenure. They're all not only shocked, but upset.
Right.
He seemed to have built a really good culture there. Despite the playoff losses, he seemed, and in the words of the players, to be a leader of men, to have established a really good culture. And for McDermott to be fired and Brandon Beane, the general manager, to still have a job, and not only still have a job, but be promoted to the president of football operations in conjunction with this announcement, is asinine, in my opinion. He put together a non-competitive roster from a talent perspective, in my opinion. The wide receiver room, as we discussed with Brandon Cooks and everybody else, was not good enough. And he's missed on a lot of draft picks over the years. He tried to sign Darius Slay, who didn't report. Jamarcus Ingram got put on waivers, got picked up by the Texans. McDermott was upset about that. We can go really deep here, but there's been a lot that's happened over the past 3 months, and everybody is really upset that Bean stayed and McDermott's gone.
Yeah. What do you think, fellas?
The fact that there are so many players that are still on this active roster who are speaking out.
Yeah.
With Jordan Phillips saying, "I am disgusted."
Yeah.
And, you know, saying
strong
this is
when
stupid.
your guy's still on the team.
I understand that the roster could look a lot different next season, but for all these guys in the locker room who were in there over the weekend coming out and saying this, former players is one thing, but current players, they would seriously go to battle for McDermott.
Yeah.
It's rather interesting because, you pointed out, he's been there 9 years. Stability is a big thing in the NFL, but for some reason, teams, they feel like they get that pressure and things are not going to turn around. But, Connor, Josh Allen is top 2 quarterback in the NFL right now, did not have any help. And LaShawn McCoy pointed it out. You keep the guy who didn't give any help to Josh Allen. You can't win a Super Bowl with just one person. It's a very hard thing to do. So the fact that they fire McDermott but not Bean as well, it's like it's rather puzzling to
Yeah,
me.
it's one of those things that it really stinks, of course, for like the Bills and the team.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of NFL teams that don't have a head coach now that are really excited about this news, because I think Sean McDermott is going to go somewhere and have success. Maybe a similar like a Vrabel thing where like people are now going, how did the Titans let that guy go? Because, I know Josh Allen's a superstar, but he's also, Sean McDermott has made the Bills an amazing team the last 6-7 years. I think he'll go somewhere great.
You got to wonder if Kevin Stefanski is kind of upset that he jumped onto that Atlanta Falcons job.
Who wouldn't want to have went right? I mean, I checked to make sure that John Harbaugh, not that I thought anything would happen, but I just checked to be safe that John Harbaugh had actually signed his contract, which he has. Bills. He has. So keep mind your own business. Talk about a great job with, clearly you can tell how broken up Connor is by what has happened. Such a dedicated fan base, the new stadium, one of the best players in the entire league. I mean, there's a lot of things to like about that Buffalo Bills job. So, unfortunately for Sean McDermott, it sucks. I don't necessarily think it's fair, but his misfortune is going to be some other coach's fortune. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that
who's at the top of your list?
Give me Kurt Signetti after he wins tonight.
I know. Do you have any?
If he wins
said
tonight,
he doesn't want. Right,
I know, and a lot of guys have said certain things.
Yeah.
And then you get the right offer. Right. And you get the chance to coach Josh Allen in a new stadium in a franchise that's very relevant in the NFL. Yeah. I think he might take that job.
No. If you could bring a title, can you imagine what would it be like if the Bills won a Super Bowl?
It would be one of not only an incredible story in Buffalo, but I think one of the best stories in sports.
It would, right. You say one of the best stories in sports, and he would be a literal legend.
And he succeeded at every level. High school, he did it at James Madison, he's doing it in Indiana. Let's say they win tonight, and it's as dominant of a performance as it has been in the college football playoff. I think the logical next step would be, hey, let's see if we can do this in the NFL.
And then you go with the #1 overall pick, your own quarterback, to Las Vegas over Buffalo.
I think he could have options. He's from Pittsburgh, right? Like he potentially could go to the Steelers.
Yeah.
But if I had my pick, I think that's who it would be. I've heard
I would be excited about that too.
Clint Kubiak, the OC in Seattle. People have said that. Brian Dable, obviously, there's a connection there. I don't know. It's at least slightly exciting. I think McDermott should have been gone after 13 seconds 4 years ago, but I think he's done a nice job ever since.
That I understand.
But this is not the time to do it. He did a good job with the defense this year, and clearly the players love him.
Look at some of the Look at some of the weapons at wide receiver that some of these other teams have, and to think that Brandon Cooks is your top target going into yesterday's game. That's
Bean
tough.
went on the radio last spring and trashed local radio hosts after they were talking about the Bills not drafting a wide receiver. And he claimed we scored 30 points a year. We had the most points per game in the league. And then he's scrambling to find wide receivers all year long. I don't know. He's in Pagula's ear, and that seems to be the reason for all of this. Terry Pagula has had a speckled track record with both the hockey team and the football team. So I don't know. I'm not too enthused by it, but I guess we'll see what happens.
Let me see. I'm sorry, Steve. Give it once.
All right, now you don't talk about it anymore, dude.
Thanks, Connor.
No one talks.
How long do you guys want?
Okay, I'm sorry, Steve. What's the topic? It's
Lamar.
Nice
okay.
alarm.
Anakin gave you your 10 minutes like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I think I can do it.
There's no sound or anything. Just
Yeah, we can do it. I'll get
for
up
some
if I have
reason,
to.
he lets me know you got to get up. Just we'll get up and they'll finish the conversation.
Okay. All right, good. Okay. Am I on my single shot or?
Yeah, we'll start in single. It's a serious one.
Okay. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Lamar Odom was busted for DUI over the weekend. This is obviously a bad turn of events for the former NBA star who, as we know and as we covered extensively years back, nearly died from an overdose in the same state, in Nevada. Back in 2015, Lamar had seemingly got his life back on track. And look, I'm not saying, or I'm not, trying to raise the alarm bells here and act like everything is horrible for Lamar. But the reality is that Saturday he is stopped by police and he is ultimately arrested because the police believe that he was under the influence. He is now facing 3 misdemeanor charges, one of them being the DUI, but he is also facing some traffic charges. Police said that he was going more than 41 miles per hour over the limit, Lucas. Unclear exactly how fast, but at least 41 over. So seemingly traveling pretty fast there, allegedly. And also for improperly changing lanes. So 3 misdemeanor charges. Not a good look, again, for a guy who has battled addiction issues and nearly died just a couple of years back.
Right. And the tough thing about this is when it comes to sobriety, he could have been sticking to his promise every single day, and this could have been that one moment that he lapsed. But Lamar Odom has done a lot of great, too. Yeah. Opening facilities to help those who have dealt with similar situations. He reached out to Bam Margera back in the day when he was dealing with his own struggles. I don't want people to see the headlines and read this story and think Lamar Odom is a lost cause.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Right. And it doesn't mean all that stuff was like nonsense, right? Like it could have, I believe he was sober then.
Right. Yeah. It is an absolute day at a time situation. And here's hoping that after this, it was another wake-up call, and he's back on the right path.
Nobody got hurt. He's going to have to deal with the legal things, likely license suspended. There's a fine. But thankfully, nobody was harmed, and he wakes up the next day, and you get back on track.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I think that's definitely the biggest thing is that, like you said, nobody got hurt. All things considered, could have been a far worse situation.
Yes, we've seen it. We've seen how that can go. I mean,
in Vegas,
same in Nevada, Henry Ruggs, and
exactly. I mean, it's something that unfortunately, I think happens too often in these situations with these star athletes and these kinds of high-profile people. Thank goodness nobody was injured or harmed, including Lamar. Yes. Hopefully, like you said, not to say that he's not on a good path, but hopefully this can be a sort of wake-up call and continue moving forward.
It goes to show that sobriety, I think, like Lucas is saying, it's not always, and it's not typically a straight path. There are peaks and valleys, and sometimes things go great, and other times they don't. I think we're obviously in one of those valleys right now for Lamar. It's a case we will continue to follow. It's not a felony charge; it's a misdemeanor charge. It's a case we'll continue to follow, and we'll keep you up to date. That enough, Steve, lengthwise, or do you want me to get into any of this stuff?
Yeah, no, that'll work.
Okay. Oh, was that? Oh, it was 20. Oh, no. Okay, I was right. 2015. He got another DUI in 2013. Okay.
Scary stuff, man. Hopefully.
Yeah, I remember in 2015 that Lamar stuff, the overdose, that was crazy. He came as close to dying as you possibly ever could.
Yeah, well, I mean, hopefully, like, it's like you can kind of, I think, talked about this a little bit earlier, but so you can take this 2 ways, take it where you go further down that darker kind of path, or use it as a way to be like, holy crap, that's like, that's not good.
He'll know what to do.
Exactly.
And I think you're right. I think for somebody who's, unfortunately, but maybe fortunately in this situation has been there before, you kind of know how to climb out of that, a little bit. So.
Yep, I agree. Steve, okay, we're not, I'm tapping out here, Steve, right?
Yeah, we'll tap out whenever you're ready.
Okay. It's time for me to head it up. Okay.
Yeah, exactly, Nancy.
All right, I'll start to make my way up. Because 12 minutes ago, he texted me 10 minutes, I see.
Yeah, Nancy, that's a good point. I mean, you don't want to be in areas, surround yourself in places or with people that kind of further negative behaviors and stuff. But, I'm sure he's surrounded by a good group of people, and maybe it's just, like we said, kind of just an unfortunate mistake. But hopefully a wake-up call, yeah. I feel like we should keep this sports page out. Tracy, everything happens for a reason. Hopefully this is a wake-up call. Yeah, I definitely agree. I hope that's the way that's taken away from it.
When we were talking to Connor, a question popped into my head.
Okay.
I would love to talk to you guys about this.
Okay.
Would you rather have, as a fan, experienced the Bills season or the Browns season?
Oh, that's easy. The Brown season. Because I think at least you never had I think. Okay, I would say that I think with the Brown season you kind of go into it with the knowledge that your team is not going to be really competing for anything.
Mm-hmm.
That you have you get to see Shadur Sanders, which makes it a little bit exciting. But ultimately,
sack record was cool.
The sack record's cool. Ultimately,
ultimately,
that the season's not going to be ending with a Lombardi, regardless of how it goes. So you're already have expectations set. The Bills, obviously come in as one of the favorites. Josh Allen is off of an MVP year. You expect him to continue that play. Then, you kind of progress through the season, kind of go through some lows, go through some highs where you're starting to play pretty well with a not as great team. And then you go into the playoffs without any of the people that have held you back from continuing to the Super Bowl the last however many years, just to lose in that fashion. I think that's way worse.
No, I'm so obviously I've seen the Patriots have a lot of success in my lifetime. And
No kidding.
for the last 5 or 6 years, it hasn't been good. But to have the magic of the anticipation of, man, we played playoff football today. Yeah. Win or lose, that is an exciting feeling. And even losing is still great to be in the playoffs. I think I'd rather be in the playoffs than I watch a miserable season all year that really means nothing, and you're going, go tank, let's go lose. No, dude, that is not fun.
See, I think that's just a difference in mentality, because I remember when the first year Jalen Hurts started, when we won no game, or when Carson Wentz got benched and Jalen Hurts came back and we were 4-15 or whatever. I was fine with it. I'm we won a Super Bowl, we're good, it's gonna be fine. Ultimately the team, if you have a good organization, they'll get around. But the year that after they lost to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl 4 years ago, that was one of the worst seasons ever, because they start out 10-0 and then lose in the first round. This season, start off pretty good, go win 12 games and lose in an awful fashion again. It sucks way more than never even having the thought of making the playoffs, in my opinion.
Well, it's
But I see where you're coming from.
So where do you land on?
Hope goes a long way for fans, and I think that lifts spirits just as high as they diminish them when things don't go well. But that hope is so nice. This season, I was the most disconnected from the Browns franchise that I've ever been in my entire life, because
I mean, that's a good thing?
Because it's not like we went in, when we won one game in 2 seasons, it was there is no, we are going to be historically bad, and we're going to be really good at being bad. This season, it was well, we're not at that point.
Yeah.
But we're nowhere near even flirting with the playoffs. So it was just no man's land. And that wasn't fun either. Waking up on Sundays and being here we go again. That really took the wind out of my sails this season. Fantasy football, thank you for saving me a few weeks there. But
I think
overall,
the Browns fans are in a different scenario of purgatory, because it's when was the last time that you get maybe with Baker, where there was a real aspiration of we're going to be pretty decent the next few years. But I feel at least for
Flacco's first tenure.
That's true. I feel like if you've always just been that level and have never really seen the consistency of making it time and time again, our teams thankfully have in the past, I feel like having a down season, that's why I prefer a down season than like a season that goes good and then bad. Because you don't really have the experience of both. You know what I'm saying?
Be a Jets fan.
But at the same time, I have never once in my entire life thought, hey, maybe we have a shot at the Super Bowl here. I've never thought that in my life.
So I feel like it's hard for you to answer that question. Then it's like
I said it ironically a few years ago. Hey, maybe Soupy. You know, maybe
like went 1-0 after week one.
Yeah, like as a joke. But I've never in my life, I'm 33 years old, never thought, hey, the Browns have a shot at winning the Super Bowl. You know how sad that is?
Yeah, that's sad.
And I
which is why I'm like,
rather have that hope. I would rather have that hope. I'm leaning toward. I would much rather have the heartbreak sucks, but at least it's like people wonder why they fall in love, right? Because the majority of times it ends in heartbreak.
Yeah.
But at least you did it. At least you experienced
Better
it. There are
to
so
love
many
and
good
lost
memories
than to
there.
have never loved at all.
Yeah.
Like I ask myself so many times, why am I a Browns fan? But
I guess I'm just a
clip that.
I think I'm just
clip that 30 seconds right there.
Boom, boom, boom.
See, I think I'm just a brat then. From what I'm getting is I'm just a brat when it comes to winning. It's like I'd rather just not win than lose.
It is just not fun when you can't watch your team. When you're saying you were disassociated from your team this year, that sounds way worse. I would rather have the Bills even going on the road and winning a wild card game.
See, I think the thing is like I literally like I think this might be like. And I'm sure it's the same thing for like the Bills and stuff, like and like that fan base growing up and like how I was raised growing up, like watching the Eagles. It was like it does not matter how bad your team is. You're sitting through the 3.5 hours and watching every snap of that, and you're gonna know the entire roster, even if it's a bunch of guys that are getting cut next year. I've just always like had an affinity where it's like I don't care if we're bad. I'm watching Eagles football, so I'm happy. So it doesn't really matter to me, and that's where it's like I think like. Just how I was raised versus, the disconnect. Like I've never once felt, and when I was born was the last time that the Eagles were good up until 2017. Like that was the Donovan McNabb Super Bowl year. And then after that, it was kind of like coaching carousel, random quarterback, whatever. Like Mike Vick was cool. But
don't get me wrong. I still watched every game. I mean, you got to have a front row seat for the circus. You know, like I can't miss all the nonsense. I can't.
And you always have the last Steelers matchup of the year. You'll always have that. They'll always win.
One of us still has a team left.
All right.
Ready to talk about him?
Yeah. Sorry, Steve.
No, you're good. So we're going to come in with Cardi B being Cardi B, just celebrating again after the win, like she seems to always be doing. And then sound is Pop Douglas, Demario Douglas, wide receiver. And he talks about the impact that Stephon Diggs and Cardi B have had on this, on him and this team.
So am I tossing to Pop?
Correct. But Cardi B will be on the way in.
Yep.
All right, so here comes Cardi sound first.
What are you talking about? Nothing!
That was Cardi B. She is certainly happy about the New England Patriots beating the Houston Texans. Sorry, can I start that over? I fumbled twice. Okay. Oh, play it again.
What are you talking about? Nothing! Nothing!
Okay, you guys can turn your TVs back up now. That was Cardi B fresh off the New England Patriots 28-16 victory over the Houston Texans at home in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. It was a snowy one, but the Patriots were able to defend home turf, and Cardi B's new man, Stephon Diggs, had 4 receptions for 40 yards and a touchdown in that game. And yes, Cardi kept receipts from everyone who said the Texans were going to win. That defense was too much, but no, it ended up being the Patriots who showed some great defense. C.J. Stroud, 4 interceptions in that game. But we spoke to someone who is very close to the Patriots organization, who happened to rave about not only what Stephon Diggs has done on the field this season, but also what his favorite cheerleader, Cardi B, has done for the Pats as well.
Man, true vet, been in the game for a minute and definitely has a lot of respect. He did a great job of getting us young guys together and showing us the way how to be on the field, how to play on the field, and man, go out there and just let it all out. Have no fear, and just watching him, do what he do, man, it's amazing. It's a blessing to be able to see it too. Used to watch him while we were younger, and man, just to get some knowledge from him, and man, that's a great vet, and he does not. One thing about him, he does not let up. Like he's going to let you know if you slacking or if you feel like you're not playing up to par, and that's what you need. You need somebody that's going to keep it real with you and going to let you know that, man, hey, get on this. You need to. I believe in you, and I feel like that's what keeps us going.
And support from who may be the biggest Patriots fan right now, Cardi B. What's it been like seeing her react to the team? Have you met her? That's pretty cool knowing that Cardi B is following this team right now.
Nah, that is tough, man. That's my boy girl, and it's amazing to have her, cheering for us, and having Steph and her, together and making it big.
Shout out to Demario Pop Douglas, 25 years old, learning from one of the great veterans in the NFL in that receiving room. Dylan, you got to be loving what he's saying.
Of course I love it, but I mean, when the Pats signed Stephon Diggs, it was a little bit like, man, what's gonna happen here? Like, what results are we going to get? Because he was coming off an injury. He's getting a little older as far as receiver goes. It's amazing to hear that he's the leader in this locker room, because also Stephon Diggs is a bit of a character. He's pretty funny. He's like, sometimes we don't know if we can take him seriously, but it's a really young receiving core, and the fact that Diggs can lift these guys up, even on a day where he only gets 40 yards, it wasn't that crazy big offensive performance. It was a defensive showdown, but I love hearing that Diggs is firing up the young guys.
I mean, I feel like that's been the story of like the Patriots season with Stephon Diggs, at least, right? Like, yeah, he comes into the team not really knowing what to expect from him, kind of a guy that, like you said, is a character, has a very big personality that maybe from an outward perspective, at least me, I wouldn't think of him as being like the biggest veteran leadership in a room. Yeah. But I mean, to hear the young guys talking about how he's a great leader, how he motivates them to keep going forward, and that this is a wide receiver room full of young guys that are up and coming. And I mean, to have a guy like that's clearly rubbing off on these kids, and making them play better. They're about to go to the AFC Championship, maybe a Super Bowl. You love to see it.
I'll tell you what, guys, Cardi B is possibly going to have a very busy February.
Yeah.
Super Bowl, February 8th. Her tour kicks off just a couple days later.
I'll tell you what, I don't think it's a guarantee.
It's not.
Not a guarantee that the Patriots win this game.
It's not.
I didn't say that.
I will go up. I'll say it right now. Jarrett Stidham could play better than C.J. Stroud yesterday. So if you just play a little bit better than
Dylan, I think you could.
Any of us could. They should have benched C.J. Stroud after that first half, in my mind.
Davis Mills is a good quarterback.
It was still close, even with all the turnover.
He came back. I think he rushed himself back, by the way, because David Mills was playing so well. Because he was scared he was going to lose his job to Davis. But
I mean, I think after a game like that, you have to start to reevaluate your room.
Yeah.
Like that's just
right. They are I think they said this on the broadcast. They are chasing that rookie year performance, and he ain't played like that since.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do, because that defense has got to be looking at that
generational defense,
and especially at Stroud. Like,
you're wasting some prime years from some of the best. Defense, Will Anderson, Derek Stingley.
If you think those guys are not looking at that offense, guys, what's going on here?
I mean, you had Will Anderson come out after the game and say that he still thinks C.J. Stroud is the best quarterback in the NFL, which I mean is it's good to have.
I'll tell you,
good teammate.
Good teammate. But
no one's believing that.
But
delusional teammate. C.J. Stroud doesn't even. Did you? He looked shell shocked out there. I knew you knew he was not going to do anything. You could see it on his face.
It looked like the Sam Darnold, like I'm seeing ghosts kind of thing out there. Like he was.
Gosh,
He wasn't ready for those conditions, man.
No.
That dome.
Right. Yeah.
You come up to Foxborough.
Trouble with the ball and.
Yeah.
They were talking at halftime about going up to CJ, looking him in the eyes in the locker room and being like, "Are you good to go?"
Right.
Like the fact that you would have to say it tells me everything you need to know.
I didn't even see. Did they say they said that to him?
No, they said that in a moment like that. I don't know if it was. No, I don't.
It would have been Joe Buck and. Or you
halftime on the desk.
Oh.
They said that's what you got to do in a moment like that is go up to him and say,
"Yeah,
are you good to go?"
You don't want to have to say that to your franchise.
You're a couple games from a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
and honestly, both
if you have to ask your guy,
And we're going to move on to it next, but both teams knew you're playing a team without a quarterback. Go out and win today.
Right.
That will be so huge. Because, if it's Texans-Broncos.
When was CJ drafted? Was it 4 years ago now?
I think this was his third season.
Third season?
I believe so, yeah. Yes, tough second year. Which you often, you see that look at Jaden Daniels this year. He has a tough second year, but I think there's an expectation that he's going to bounce back and have a good year next year.
Yeah, I just think it's like, at what point do you start, because it's been bad and worse, like.
Well, I don't even know what do they do, even if DeMeco Ryans, and I put this on him for not pulling CJ, but I don't even know what you do. Were they going to pick 25th? So,
Yeah, it's
26th, 27th, and what quarterback are you taking?
Seeing how Davis Mills played, I wouldn't hate giving him a shot, honestly.
Well, we have head coaching news.
Oh.
Adam Schefter. Dolphins hiring former Packers defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley as their head coach. So the Dolphins.
So they go
defense to defense.
They go defense.
How about the fact that Mike Vrabel is the longest tenured coach in the AFC East?
With a whopping
10
18
minutes.
games
10
under his
minutes.
belt.
A couple days on Aaron Glenn, I think.
Yeah, I did see something that it was like, if you were to told me that 2 of the 4 coaching positions in the East would be open and neither of them would be the Jets.
Right, right.
They'd be like,
although I know a lot of people think they should be. What?
Why Steve got my screensaver up?
Better believe.
We could find the lip, too.
All right, short Bo Nick segment here.
Okay.
We just need 2.5 with a goodbye. So someone just reads, hey, if anybody knows a thing or two about beating the Patriots, and we read Nick Foles' tweet, we react to it, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, so the Nick Foles-led Eagles beat the Patriots in the got it. All right, let's do it.
I can't wait to go in on this.
Lucas, you want to read the tweet?
Denver special. I have to cook one up first, didn't
Yeah.
Okay.
Steady city.
Wide or
ain't no party like a steady party.
Okay.
Itty bitty steady committee.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports. A lot of people think that the Patriots are basically just going to breeze to the Super Bowl now because Bo Nix is hurt.
So fast.
And despite the fact that this game is in Denver, they've got a backup quarterback going, right, in Jarrett Stidham. So he's got a couple of NFL starts under his belt. Surely they've got no chance, right? Well, maybe not so fast because there is a former backup quarterback out there, Lucas, that's got a little bit of a message to the Denver faithful.
Yeah, and that's Tom Brady's biggest enemy outside of Eli Manning. Nick Foles, with quite possibly the tweet of the year, perhaps
early contender.
Tweet of NFL history, where he went on his page and he said, "Note for the Broncos and their fans. I know it has been an emotional 24 hours. I feel for Bo and the team, and I'm sending prayers for a strong recovery." That's really nice. Very nice of him.
Yeah.
Here's where the savagery comes in. A positive note going into the game versus the Patriots is that they struggle against backup quarterbacks in championship-type games. Holy cow. And yes, he is talking about the 2018 Super Bowl.
Right.
That a lot of people did not think maybe the Eagles would be able to squeak that one out, but that was an absolute classic game.
Remember
and
that,
Nick
the
Foles,
Philly special?
a legend. He will never have to pay for another meal or another beer in Philly again.
All right, yeah, good for you. Good for you, Nick Foles. This is your one-hit song. This was great timing by you. But yeah, Nick Foles was a starter, I think, back then at a time a little different than Jarrett Stidham. I do like it. This is a good little tongue-in-cheek. Whatever.
It is
a little bit of banter.
Quite different.
But that is
we were looking at it earlier. Nick Foles had, 38, 36 starts under his belt before. I would not compare this at all to what Jarrett Stidham is getting.
And I think Jeff Hostetler might be with the Giants in 1990. I think that might be a better comparison. But obviously, the Foles thing is much more recent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I think you have that history of backup quarterbacks against the Patriots.
Yeah.
I love it. I love this tweet. When I saw this, I was like, Nick Foles, you're the man. You are the man. But yeah, it's definitely a completely different thing. Nick Foles also, or Carson Wentz also went down a few weeks before the playoffs even began in 2017, 2018. So, it's definitely a little bit of a different situation. But it's good to give Denver a little bit of hope after such a honestly tragic loss for them after riding that high of winning that divisional game.
I will say this though, I think that Sean Payton is one of the very best coaches in the entire league, and if anybody can get this guy ready to play in this game and convince him to give him enough false bravado that he can actually go out there and beat the Patriots, I really do think it's Sean Payton. So I think we probably all agree that not a lock. Look, Patriots favored. It should be. But I'm not sure it's a certainty that they are going to be playing in the Super Bowl. We're going to find out on Sunday, guys. Until then, we'll have a lot to talk about. We'll see you tomorrow.
You guys want me to say it?
What?
Bo Nix is him?
I think the Broncos win.
You think the Broncos are going to win? No, dude.
I'm sorry, Dylan.
Hold on to that. No.
I hope I'm
Lucas
wrong
was
for
4
your
for
sake.
4 on his picks, by the way.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lucas being 4 for 4 on his
4
NFL
for 4.
picks.
Nice. Well done. Yeah, after that, the Seahawks took up the opening kick. I was like, dang, why did I pick the Niners? This is over. This is my, oh, man. But I can stop watching. That felt right away.
Yeah,
that game's over.
It's done.
That was the, like, that game was awful, man.
That was
Do we
brutal.
want to talk about my weekend real quick?
What?
On Prize Picks?
Your Prize Picks? Yeah. What? So you
Which players do you have
hit
to
a
thank
big-
here?
Yeah,
He had like a whole long
Like a
ass
5-leg?
list.
Yeah, let me tell you. I mean,
He goes,
it
I
was-
won 205. I'm like, what? Made
yeah.
me feel bad about the 45 that I won.
Oh, did he buy lunch
Spoiler
today?
alert,
yeah,
yes.
really?
Did you buy lunch today?
I
or-
secured $205
Hey.
thanks to Prize Picks.
Wow.
And
Prize
shout
Code
out
TMZ.
to Bo Nix. Shout out to Josh Allen. Shout out to Bo Nix again. Josh Allen again. James Cook and Brock Purdy.
There you go.
For
a little
not
six-legger?
throwing for less than 229.5 yards. But everything else was easy. Bo Nix more than on yards. Same with Allen.
That's awesome.
Well, maybe next time, Wid, you got to be the you got to
Yeah, we got to start a Prize Picks
Yeah,
chat.
just
Yeah,
pick
oh,
one.
we can
we
passing
should
yards
kind
and
of
rushing.
share
See
our,
what they
our
trade
picks.
ideas, right?
They need to do it like some of these
I took
other
some for
pick
tonight.
apps where you can have group chats where you
Yeah.
can see what other people's picks are,
Yeah.
and then you go and tail those
I know.
picks.
I think you can. I think there is some component
Oh, is
on
there a
Prize
little
Picks. I'm
group
still
feature?
learning the app, but it's pretty intuitive to use, pretty easy. And
Yeah, it is super easy.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I
guys-
think I wound up $100 up.
Yeah, I got.
Not like Lucas,
I went
though.
up
I
like
went-
40, which
You
is
won
fine.
40?
See, guys, I used code TMZ to deposit $5 and
Yeah.
get $50 back, and I unfortunately didn't hit anything.
Oh, man.
Nice. That happens too.
Yeah, guys, we can't all be winners, but that's how it goes. But guys, if you hit on Prize Picks, let us know in the chat.
much
I'd love to see.
Use the
Yeah,
code
let us know.
TMZ.
Yeah, use our code, though, guys.
Use
please.
code TMZ.
You guys, if you don't use it, you're just throwing away free money.
Please. Yeah, take the free money and help us out. Bye, guys.